What was the
As
bug?
of Tuesday.
Two
What was
heads
the
will be
bug?
better than
It
one
had
on
one head.
Tuesday.
instead
Yeah.
of two.
Oh, got it.
Was a bug, now it's a snake.
Yes. I don't,
Yes, something like that.
was a bug. Just wanted to point that out.
All right, so we're going to show off this feature right here.
Oh,
New
what is
icon.
that? There's
Oh,
something there.
You know what?
must
Before
click.
you even go there, you should probably bring up the class selector page.
That's a good
That's a
point.
good place to start.
Mm,
We
yes.
made some changes to this too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so some of the important information on this page is going to be helpful for the subclass stuff.
Exactly.
yeah. So Tyler did most of this work.
Yeah,
Take it away.
we got on our class select, we've added some new info that might help you when choosing which character to swap between. Also, this information is going to be relevant to the subclass stuff, which we'll talk about in a second. But you'll see on each character, you'll see the level of that character and the power rank that you have on that character. And the power rank is going to be all the gems you have equipped, the equipment you have equipped. So you'll be able to just sort of do a quick glance and see all that information right here on this
Good,
page.
and you also can sort by level
Yeah, you
and
can sort by
power
levels.
rank.
Yep.
Nice.
I like this because I don't have to
so
switch through
good.
every single character to know where my good
Yeah.
gems are.
Yep.
And I don't have to go, what was my character leveled at? I can't remember if I should go level this other class I want to work on.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's all right here now. So good.
It's on fleek.
that's right.
Is that how it's
Accurate
used?
use.
Or is
Yep,
that, I
that's
think
good.
that's like related to eyebrows when I looked it up. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, when I looked up on Fleek Google search.
Yes, there's
it's
a
just
meme
all
about
eyebrows.
being
Usually
on
they're
fleek.
drawn in really badly.
I don't know if my eyebrows are on fleek today.
Your hair is.
Thank you.
All right, so now
That's cool.
with that data, we know.
Yeah, so now you can see there at a glance the
So-
level and power rank of all your classes.
Yep. And that icon with a little exclamation point, that's where your subclass ability is going to appear after we've selected a subclass.
Yeah, so that's telling you, hey, there's something important here. Click me.
So when you're level 10, that'll be a viable option.
Yes. So subclasses unlock as soon as you get a single character to level 10. You'll be able to access any subclasses that you own.
Here's a little preview of what they do.
Yeah.
Each class has a unique ability and a stat that it adds. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, so as your characters level, the stats go up. They increase in strength and power, and they are additive. And what you're seeing is the total number that you get based on the current level of the parent class.
Right, so like right now my Ice Sage is 25, and it provides a 500 magic damage boost.
If
but
it was
they're-
level 1, it would provide significantly less.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the actual individual passives, they gain their benefit from the power rank of the
Right.
parent class.
What's your favorite, Noah?
My favorite. That's tough. I gotta say, I kind of like the Tomb Raiser one only because I think it's fun to get a bonus pet. So now, pretty much any parent class can summon their own little minion.
Has a chance when a mob dies to spawn their own.
Has a chance, that's right. And then what we did is when we built this is we made it so that there's, as the power rank increases for the parent Tomb Raiser, the different types of minions change. So when you first, like, say for example, you have a low, like in this example here, you can see the power rank on the Tomb Raiser is fairly low,
Yeah,
right?
1881.
So that Tomb Raiser only has like a tier 1 subclass strength for that passive. So the type of minion you get is still a bit random, but it starts off with sort of the traditional Tomb Raiser minions, which are the little like skeleton guys. But there's a chance to get more powerful minions and different types of minions. So some of them, there's one that has a tank type with more health and will taunt creatures for you. There's a range one that you can spawn that will shoot at hostile NPCs from a distance. And then you can get one that has DPS focus, and then if you're lucky, you'll get the gigantic one, which is sort of similar to the ultimate ability for the Tomb Raiser.
The Banshee.
Well, not so much the Banshee, but you get the gigantic,
Yeah, I think that's
Goliath
Yeah.
minion pet. And so as the power rank goes up for the Tomb Raiser, you have increased odds of getting the cooler, more powerful ones. So that's one of the benefits you get for going up. in
And
strength.
so I saw someone ask in chat about whether the PR affects the stats. So just to say it again, the level, so Neon Ninja level 30 is the level of the Neon Ninja would contribute towards the jump stat.
this right here.
Yeah.
The power rank, which is
Sorry, I just moved it up here.
2000,
76,
760, that contributes to the actual passive bonuses that you're getting. So that's two separate things. The stat is level, power rank is the passive bonus.
Exactly.
So with the passive ability, though, does it actually get stronger, or is it something else?
So it sort of varies on each one. I know we are going to make that information readily available. We're not trying to hide it or anything. For an example of the Neon Ninja here, you get your chance to deal bonus damage actually increases as the power rank gets higher. So it starts at I think 20%, and then it scales all the way up to 25% chance.
Oh, nice.
Once you're fighting an opponent that has less than 20% health. We spent a lot of time actually working with the community on these and the players on the test server to massage these to where they were actually really, really cool, and players should be pretty excited.
So
I have a hard time deciding. Please.
So someone wants to know what's the maximum power rank you have to get to if you want to get the maximum benefit. Do we want to reveal those numbers?
You can. I mean, I'm not trying to hide them. So,
Yeah, exactly.
So the highest tier currently is tier 6, and to reach tier 6, you have to have the parent power rank at 25,000 or higher.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. So it starts at tier 1 and then goes up to tier 6. So
It should also be noted you cannot subclass the same class that you have as your main or your parent class.
That's right. You can't. You're
So
not
as a
allowed to double
Chloromancer,
dip.
I can't pick this as my subclass.
Yeah, you can't pick Chloromancer. And I know that some of the Boomerangers out there are going to be a little sad because the subclass ability for the Boomeranger is kind of cool. Unfortunately, Boomeranger can't pick it for themselves.
Right.
But we have talked internally about maybe doing something additional for a class gem, or I'm sorry, an empowered gem going forward or something in the future, which might be a possibility.
Yep.
I saw a question there.
Everyone's tripping on 25K.
Someone was saying that
25K.
someone was saying if they had their main character, say they're on a Shadow Hunter and they subclass something that is normally magic, does that main character get magic damage?
No, so there you can potentially gimp yourself. Some of these synergize very well with particular parent classes. Some of them do not. So if you are a physical damage type, you probably don't want to take something that gives you increased magic damage for obvious reasons. So you need to be a little bit smart about your choices, but there are a lot of synergies here that are meant to play really well with the parent classes and the subclasses to make choices actually worthwhile and hard. We want you to have to think about your choice to make it interesting, not just, this is the obvious selection, I'm going to take this and win the game, thank you.
I saw another question someone asked, does selecting a subclass give you PR?
Yes, there is PR that you get from equipping a subclass because you're getting stats and a new passive for it. That PR that you are gaining from equipping the subclass doesn't really count towards the PR of if you were to equip that subclass as a subclass, because that would just sort of be this like cyclical power creep. So it doesn't do it that way.
Okay.
But it is just a little bonus when you're showing up on the HUD. It'll show you the power rank that you would get from the subclass equipped.
Yeah, we talked about that at length, I think, for a while. We had a lot of discussions about that.
Yeah, and that's so that you can go into, new zones because you're getting a slight boost if, that 90 or whatever that you get from it is enough to put you into a new portal level, then that's what it would do.
Shocktor is asking 25K on one class. So again, the parent class, whatever their power rank is, determines how powerful the subclass passive is going to be. So if you get only one of your classes, say for example your knight, to 25K, then only the knight subclass ability is going to gain the benefits of that 25K power rank. So it benefits you to get all of your classes leveled up and all of your class power ranks as high as possible to gain the most benefit, depending on what subclass ability you're actually selecting for your other parent class.
I saw Weheels asked about the Neon Ninja subclass. It says it deals bonus damage. Does it deal both physical or magic, or depends on what your parent class is? Or do you know what kind of... Is it just like a basic
I believe
damage?
it's based on the Neon Ninjas class,
Okay.
which I believe is physical, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So it would be physical damage.
We should probably reflect that. Good point.
Yeah, that's good to call that out. We should
Yeah.
probably update that. Yeah, thank you.
I see Tally saying 25K is hard to get. With the new update, though, and with the class
The
gem
Gem Forge.
augmentation,
Gem reforging is pretty
you
rad.
can get it up there. And it's
You can
designed
get
to take
beyond
time. This is
25K,
endgame,
yeah.
and the RNG is kind of out of it. So whittle your characters, and you'll get there.
And for those of you who do the end game Shadow Tower stuff on like Ultra, and even some of the new stuff going in on Hard that you probably already heard about, you're going to want that power rank. You're going to be happy to have it, and so the Gem Forge is going to be very beneficial for you for sure.
Someone's asking how many times can you switch out subclasses. You can switch them out at any time as
Infinite.
long as they're open. You just can't during combat.
Yeah.
Right, and you're not, and you can't when you're actually actively in a Shadow Tower either. You can when you're in the Shadow Tower lobby.
Nice try, guys. I know you're
Yeah.
thinking it.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna double dip and swap it out on the run with my macro because I'm awesome.
Well, I don't know if you remember, but if you could swap out with the candy bar and the Ice Age.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was some broke combos players
Yeah.
figured
Candy bar
out.
was great.
And so we have put in some tech in there that when you swap between subclasses, you're going to lose the benefits of the previous one you had equipped. So you can't put on the Ice Age as a subclass and get the shield and then swap over to something else. No, we've made it so that you can't do that.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Do we know what the new dragons are, Ted? I feel like we should. A lot of people are asking to see
No, I
those.
do not know what the new dragons are.
I thought it was a cow dragon.
We have a whole bunch that are dropping from Worlds coming on Tuesday.
Yeah, there is a lot of whole new dragons.
I didn't do my
9,
homework,
I think,
so.
new
Yeah.
dragons going in.
My bad.
Are
I
they
did a lot
listed
of that
somewhere?
work, but I can't remember it now.
They might be listed on a forum
They
somewhere.
are listed on the
Okay.
Yeah, they should be
I could
publicly available for you to figure out.
Nah.
And I don't even know if we mentioned where you get all the crafting materials to make them. I can't remember exactly where they come from, but
Yeah.
So I saw a question asking about the subclasses that give movement speed bonuses. So they're wondering if that conflicts with any of the mounts that go over, and the answer to that is no. If you have a mount that is over the bonus that you would get from a subclass, that mount is still going to have its same speed.
Right.
It doesn't get overridden, and we specifically coded for that kind of circumstance.
yeah, absolutely, that's right. And we do account for that. And for players who have Slow Sebastian and you're still using Slow Sebastian, my heart goes out to you. But also, if you select the Knight subclass, you will gain that movement speed. So Slow Sebastian will not be slow anymore. just food for
Yeah.
thought.
So Knight is the ground mount, and Fae is the flying mount.
That
And
is
those are
correct.
specific just to those kind of mounts.
Yeah, someone asked specifically about the Primordial Dragon, and you will actually gain the increased movement speed once you get the Fae parent class to, I think, level 30. You will gain that speed increase. So if you get a Fae to 30, you actually get, I think, 110 flying speed, which will apply also to the Primordial Dragon. So you make the Primordial Dragon faster. So
Someone asked, does the Knight subclass affect the Dino Tamer's ultimate?
should.
Diner Tamer.
Well, I don't know because
Well,
they
the-
picked
well,
the
that's-
mount.
The
Yeah,
Dino
that's
Tamer
not an
ultimate
actual mount.
Yeah.
That's an animation.
It's a good
So
question.
we'd have to go create a special case for that.
Yeah, I
But
They
think
are
that's-
asking about the speed, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Hmm. We're all reading the chat.
I know.
yeah, looking for those interesting questions.
Let me find.
I got the list of dragons.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
we got
all
the
right.
Nice.
dragons.
Cole with the clutch play.
Chrysopia,